What we're talking about is a completely upgraded way of seeing reality and your role in it. You're not just a passive observer, you're an active participant, constantly shaping and reshaping what's possible in every moment. And you already have the tools, the codes, the resources that you need to start designing the reality that you truly want.
All right. Hey, welcome everybody. We're so glad to have you here on this beginning of a new year. So, by the end of this episode, you'll understand you're going to learn how to play in the field of infinite choices for the creating of a reality that you desire with a focus on developing a whole life system and how it should be to start 2025. So this program explores and experiments with whether or not we really can take specific steps to access the unconscious 90% of our brains in conjunction with the undiscovered 95% of reality that actually exists for the purpose of having the success in business, in life, your relationships, and your health, and all else that you desire.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. My name is Gary Johnson, my partner Ross here. We again welcome you to 2025. And our goal and our objective is to help you to make it epic. And so this is the first stream of the year. We absolutely believe in the untapped 90% of the unconscious mind and the 95% of reality that remains undiscovered. More importantly, we believe has reached a pivotal moment, a moment where we are primed and ready to move beyond waiting for transformation and instead stepping fully into it. The time for standing still on the sidelines is over. We've been saying that for a while, but it's just getting more and more urgent for us to not stand by the sidelines anymore. The call for conscious evolution is louder than ever. And your presence here today is no accident. You're part of a movement that is actively shaping a more empowering, peaceful, and creative reality. One of the keys, one of the key ways we're exploring that shift today is by refining the power of your intention. So, in a short time, you'll learn how to tap into what we call the reality equation, a framework to recognize and access the portals of possibilities that surround you. You'll also discover how to align your frequency with the next stage of your personal evolution. And by the end of the session, you'll know how to play in the field of infinite choices to design and create the reality you desire. So get ready. This is where the transformation begins.
So I think it's important that we make sure that we all are applying the same definition and understanding the concepts that we're going to talk about. Otherwise, we're going to run into that risk of you having an idea based on biases, past conditionings, and even mainstream media content. And those concepts may be completely contrary to what we mean or how we perceive this thing that we call reality. In order to challenge existing definitions, we like to talk more about what life is not before we dive into what life is. It certainly is not a simulated reality with a computer created by a machine. And it is not designed to drain your life energy on a daily basis like so many of us are currently experiencing. And it is not built to keep you under control for some devious end result to mankind. It's not a place where we foster or support that concept that we are weak victims of circumstances and we're always being pursued and manipulated by some ultra powerful and intelligent other. And in our experience, It's absolutely not a reality where truth is realized based on a this or that philosophy. Rather, it's more this and that and that and that concept. Because doesn't that just feel better?
Yeah, that's right. What we're talking about is a completely upgraded way of seeing reality and your role in it. You're not just a passive observer, you're an active participant, constantly shaping and reshaping what's possible in every moment. And you already have the tools, the codes, the resources that you need to start designing the reality that you truly want. So think of it like this. Reality is a living, breathing feedback loop. Your inner world, right, what goes on all in here, and your outer world, what goes on out there, are in constant conversation. And you are right in the middle of it all in what we call the now. Some people call it the space of variations, quantum potential, the palace of possibilities, whatever you name it. It's the place where polarities, good and bad, up and down, in and out, they no longer pull you in different directions. Instead, you're seated at the center of infinite choices in the most powerful position you could ever be. Now, here's the exciting part. The now is unconditionally ready to give you exactly what you asked for, whatever you order.
Hmm.
But here's where it gets tricky. Most of us have been trained to focus on lack and limitation and separation from each other, from abundance and from the divine. And because 90% of this programming happens unconsciously, it can run your life without you even realizing it. So, this disconnect, this fracturing, often starts early and can last for years until you finally wake up and start piecing yourself back together. That's why programs like this are so powerful, right? We're here to help you reconnect to your whole authentic self and step fully into the life you were meant to create.
Okay, so let me pose a question. Have your intentions, your goals, your dreams been fractured? If they have, drop a hashtag fractured in the comments. If you're having that experience or have had it at some point in your life. Because believe it or not, you are right on the edge of transforming it into a powerful, powerful, peaceful, creative life. So please understand that even if your reality seems to be going through a fair amount of turmoil at the present time, um, keep in mind that transformation is not the product of mediocrity. And duality dictates as strong as you have been on the negative side, that becomes an indication of how strong it can be on the powerful side. So I'm going to use my rubber band example. Hang on one second. I forgot to get it out for the show. Okay, so I forgot it. Sorry. All right, so I'm going to give you my rubber band example. So imagine that you are stretching a rubber band. Okay, I usually use this to demonstrate the expansion of the subconscious mind in accordance with willpower. But today, we're going to imagine that we've taken this rubber band and we've stretched it far, far back into the darkness and the depths of limitation and the negativity, as far as you can possibly stretch it. So far that you no longer can see the light, no longer can see any help on the horizon, any hope. Now you are on the verge of considering the exploration of the positive side. Now, what do you think is going to happen when you let go of that rubber band of the darkness? It's going to snap snap forward like a slingshot does. And very rapidly and very far, it's going to launch you onto the side of positivity. And these can be considered like the underdog stories that you hear, the rags to riches. Okay, this is their underlying formula for success. They were down in the dumps. They were just drawn. They just had lost all hope and everything. They were there. They experienced that darkness. But for this to work, you need to be ready. And I mean, really ready. You need to focus on what and where you have fractured, splintered, divided, or diluted your time, your effort, and your energy. Because when you launch, things begin to manifest at warp speed, and you must be ready.
Yeah, Ross, you nailed it. I mean, now let me give you a relatable example, okay? Because I know a lot of people are going to relate to this one. Let's say your passion, your true love, is Project A, and that's a big dream, right? But then there's Project B, which is pretty exciting too. Oh, and then there's Project C comes along, right? Promising some quick wins. Then your best friend asks you to help you out with Project D because, well, you're a nice person and you can't say no, right? Suddenly, what happens? You're juggling all these projects like a circus act, right? You're in a flow with Project A. Things are finally clicking, and bam, the warehouse calls about Project C. Costs are about to spike, so you have to deal with that, and you try to get back to A, but the flow is gone, right? Then your phone rings. Good news, you won an auction on eBay, right? Or whatever, and but now you're distracted again. Project A is officially on pause. Oh, and remember Project B? Don't forget Project B. There, you're already 3 days late picking out color samples, and the manufacturer's about to bump your production's slot. So you hop into car and you go and you deal with that, and of course you get stuck in traffic. And then your college bestie calls you and reminds you about the edits that you promised for Project D. Okay, now not that exact scenario, but sound familiar? All right, that pattern, before you know it, your passion project, and some of you, that's been going on for many, many years with tons and tons of A, B, C, D, E all the way through and repeated through Z and back. All right. So it's the that thing that lit you up. It's always gasping for attention while your energy is scattered in a dozen directions. Right. And nobody's happy that way. Not your clients, not your friends, definitely not you. And we haven't even mentioned family stuff yet, right? And what happens when you can't see the path forward anymore? Doubt creeps in, frustration joins the party. Suddenly, you're questioning everything. But here's the good news, this doesn't have to be your story. Okay, if it's been your story up until now, you can end that chapter. You can fix the fractures. You can refocus your energy and finally give your dreams the attention they deserve. And that's exactly what we're here to help you to do.
Yeah, exactly. So frustration leads to burnout, which leads to exhaustion, where doubt often becomes the byproduct. The latent memories surface from long ago, reminding you of your limitations and reminding you of your doubt. And that doubt perpetuates limitation and separation. And keeping in mind, you keeping in mind that you're no longer recognizing your own self-empowerment and your own connection to the infinite universe. Then an odd yet familiar transition begins to unfold as the shifting of those internal gears starts taking place. And that's why many of you now find you are coasting along in neutral, da 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 da. And a lot of times this is when what you want to be a profession really is still in hobby mode. Okay. You become no longer driven, no longer engaged in your passion. Doubt is the dream stealer, the thief in the night that stifles creativity and reinforces your belief in the lack of your self-worth. And as doubt is completely devoid of the sense of deserving, in fact, doubt is the denial. It's the denial of your very existence. Why would you work towards anything if you didn't believe you deserved the rewards? And thus negating your position of power within your reality, as the belief in your lack of self-deserving allows you to be able to create a scenario in which you actually keep at bay all of the things in life that are yours by birthright, like happiness, joy, and some creativity. You're holding them all back. This becomes that bitter pill that was injected into society to keep you in the status quo of a lack of self-empowerment. Because when you truly believe that you are not connected to the infinite universe, when you truly believe you must control by force in order to get anything at all in life, then you further the continuation of limitation, the further continuation of doubt, and probably some guilt in there as well.
Yeah, and let's be real. This mindset is basically the default setting for most people.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And when you don't feel worthy, you start believing that anything worth having has to come with a struggle.
Mm.
All right. Like it's some badge of honor to suffer for success. Okay. Sound familiar? But here's the question. Does that belief actually serve you? Or is it just another roadblock keeping you stuck? So if it's not serving you, it's time to upgrade your story. Remember those archetypes we talked about in previous live streams where maybe it's time to call on your inner leader or creator. The part of you that's ready to take charge and stop playing small. Well, the key is focus. Just pick one idea, just one, and let it take center stage. That doesn't mean you ignore all the other parts of yourself. Think of it like a team. Each part of you is contributing, even if one is taking the lead right now. And here's the best part, you don't lose anything by shifting focus. You gain every time you work through a limitation. You come out of the other side stronger, smarter, and more in tune with who you really are. So if you're ready to move from scattered and stuck to focused and free, it starts with one decision. Believe you are worthy. Believe you are worthy. Because when you know you deserve it, everything else falls into place.
And as such, you will always allow the momentum of yourself to always go forward. In the terms of time, as you know it to exist. And you will increase the momentum by simply allowing it. Realize that you do not have to make anything happen. You have to make an idea stay the same. All of creation is within all of creation. And the only constant is change. And if you simply allow creation to be what it is, allow yourself to be what you are, and you will always change. Once you have the understanding that integration is more geometrically progressive and unified, you will understand that all it requires is the refinement of focused intention. With this, in the blink of an eye, you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. When you really put your mind to it, and when you rearrange your priorities and your energy distributions and transmit that into the universe. And the first part of that refined focus intention is to understand and accept that you're doing it already. You're using your refined intention to create whatever version of reality that you have right now. And in order to maintain that reality, you are constantly refreshing the refined intention. That's it. So this is the good news because it means pay attention to this, write this down. This is the good news because it means you already have the skills. We don't have to teach you anything. And as we've demonstrated in our previous live streams, you are truly greater than you think you are.
So if you already have the power to shape your reality, and you do, why are we even doing this live stream? Well, simply, it's because somewhere along the way, most people forgot. Like Ross mentioned earlier, society has done a pretty good job of convincing you that you are powerless, right? Like you're just stuck with whatever life throws at you. And let's be honest, that message didn't show up overnight. It took years, maybe even decades of conditioning. But now you're waking up, and that's huge. The only problem is you might not remember how to get back to choosing what you create. And that's where we come in. Our goal is to remind you that your reality isn't random, it's deliberate. It's a masterpiece. And it's filled with all kinds of delicious possibilities just waiting to be served up. You get to reclaim that power. You get to retrain your focus and start becoming hyper aware of the realities you actually want instead of settling for the ones that kept you stuck in your comfort zone. Like the old rubber band that's lost its stretch, right? This isn't about forcing anything at all. It's about allowing. It's about tapping back into what you've always known deep down and using that to create the reality you choose.
Yeah, so that's today's live stream for you. Okay? It's a very, very simple lesson. The greatest takeaway that we have for you is this. Manifesting isn't a hard task. It's not as complicated as many people make it out to be. And as we said, you're already doing it. You just need to focus. So it definitely works. The question is, are you manifesting your life and everything in it, your reality? Are you manifesting all this on purpose? Because it does require knowledge and awareness. So next week, we'll pick up where we left off here because there's still more we want to share with you, but we want to honor your time. And you're going to get more refinement for creating your reality. And if you'd like to continue your path of infinite mastery with us, there's a couple of options for you. And first one is to continue coming to our Thursday live streams and soak up the lessons that we offer, along with the Infinite Wisdom Experience interviews that we do with top-level experts and thought leaders. And also come back and review all these videos. They're either available here or on our YouTube channel. Okay? Review them, consume them, devour them. And above else, please use the information that we're giving you. It all works. And then the second way you can join us is join one of our 10,000 member private groups. We have expanding beyond business mastery, and it's a community where we deal with the challenges of businesses, from startup operations to marketing and PR. And then our second group is evolving reality within the infinity matrix, where we spend our time on the realm of the metaphysical and its application to your personal and your spiritual and your business life.
And finally, if you're ready to take things to the next level, we've created something really special for you. It's called the Roots Rise and Roar Call. It will be for a limited time, and it's designed for those of you who are serious about shattering your glass ceilings and pushing beyond what most people call mastery. We promise you that this call will be an experience of high value for you, a space where we'll talk. We'll walk through a series of steps to see if our skills and your goals are a perfect fit. There's no hidden agenda, there's no sales pitch, just a chance to see if being a part of this elite circle of high achievers is right for you. If you're interested, just drop a hashtag RRR in the comments and send, or you can send us either one of us a DM on Facebook Messenger, and we will get you the link, the calendar link, with upcoming dates and times. We do have a few openings this month. Like I said, they are limited. We are offering these for a limited time. So now is the time if this resonates with you. Hashtag RRR. So that wraps up our live stream for today. Before we go, we want to leave you with our weekly dare. Okay. It's a big one. We understand that. Dare to be exceptional in 2025. Today, tomorrow, and every day after that. How? Well, by implementing what you learn and learning from what you implement. It's that simple. Okay. So we'll see you next week. Until then, thank you for showing up and participating and for being on this journey with us. We appreciate you all. Be well. We'll see you all soon. Okay.
We'll see you soon. Bye bye.